In order for you to enlighten yourself, you must spread light within yourself. This is the Think Successfully Room. It's excellent. Man, welcome back to another episode of the Think Successfully Room. This is a platform where we focus on building mindsets, we building character, bringing value to both you and your people, and aligning your body with your intelligence. I am your host, QB So Effing Amazing. Tiff, appreciate you. We got something interesting.
We gotta work on my intro. Wait a minute, we gotta work on my intro. It's like,
we do.
You got the QB So Amazing. It'll be like, Tiff. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm so dry. But hey, y'all, hey, it's your girl T.I. to be exact.
Well, you know what? We can do that. We can have you do your own, you know what I'm saying? Like and then we can figure out how you can introduce yourself. Because like, I don't want to keep introducing you like you just somebody that I don't talk to all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the topic for the day is Will Smith. This promo video that I seen that I came across. It was an article that talked about his promo video and how some areas of that promo video seem legit, but then you had some that was kind of like, okay, the faces in that one didn't really look like scrambled up. Like, yeah. So what was your thoughts on? Because I know you ain't want to say too much before we hit record. But what's your thoughts on that?
You know what is so crazy about that? So I read the article, because you sent it was the article, or was it a clip? Because I think I went back to find the article. Okay, yeah. So I read the article, then I watched the clip, and then I went to Perplexity to kind of find different additional articles on it, right? So the one thing that I found to be just interesting from a perspective standpoint was that, like, they crucified him. Well, I ain't gonna say they crucified him like he was Jesus, but they was like, shame on you. They got down on him. And I was just like,
yeah, they was really getting down on him.
We not seeking to understand nothing. Y'all didn't give him the benefit of the doubt. Y'all know Will Smith has done had a hard time. Like, like he done had it rough. And he has a solid fan base. So it's not like he's a new artist that needed to do any of this stuff. So it's like, it was no questions asked. It was just like, you use AI and what type of da-da-da-da. They was just going in. And I'm like, you know, the different articles that I found really said, hey, now, first of all, somebody on his team should have checked with him, or they should have just been open and honest and say, you know what, y'all, we used AI to kind of blend, because the photos, so what's so crazy, yes, some of that stuff was AI generated, but what they did was they took a photo and tried to make it like a movie. So it was an actual photo of people holding the sign, but when you use AI to convert that to like a moving still, it's gonna look funny. It's gonna look crazy. And so his team, whoever on his team in charge of his social media, it was a hard lesson to learn in public. But I don't know if you saw like the video after that. So he dropped another video with some cats, right? Like poking fun at people, like,
trolling.
What are you talking about? I'm Will Smith. Like, I know. You know what I mean? Like, I know what I did. I said what I said. I did what I did. But had people just kind of waited and paused and came from a perspective of, hey, did he or didn't he? Being so judgmental, y'all would have known that the footage that he used was actual real pictures. What messed it up was AI changing it from a picture to a video. And that's when it looked distorted.
Yeah, I watched a podcast. I forgot the name of the podcast. It looked like it's a well-established podcast. I forgot the black guy, man, that was on there talking about the situation with Will's promo video. And pretty much him and his team wasn't giving him the benefit of the doubt at all. Like they just hopped on there talking crazy, you know, it really just jumping down Will Smith's throat without really thinking about the possibilities of why that happened. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I was thinking. I'm like, man, this is, when I first seen the promo video, I'm like, man, this is Will Smith. Do he really need to generate a crowd, though?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Even if he put out the most the most trash album. I feel like people gonna show up to see Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? So now we got to
Exactly.
question his, whoever the team or whoever is in charge of editing
Yep.
his videos, and and then from what I read, we got to question whether or not YouTube enhance these videos or not.
Yeah.
So after reading this or looking at different videos, we can't put complete blame on Will Smith. Like, yeah,
No.
it's just not the right thing.
And so that's why I sent you the follow-up video that I sent separate with him in like downtown London or something. I don't know where he was, but he was in London somewhere. But everybody was singing his song. He don't have to do none of that. Like,
right.
It's not like he again, if we don't like his new stuff, we gonna love his classics. Like, that's that feel good happy music. It ain't shoot 'em up bang bang or I'm on. You know what I mean? It's like people were in the crowd. I mean, the street was full. You know what I mean?
And that was a real video.
And that was a real video. So why would a man that has that much influence have to resort to doing that? It was his team probably utilized some video editing software to change or turn a picture to a video. And that's how it looked. You got five hands on one hand. Like, it's going like
somebody lips on the right side of their face.
Man. And it was like the hand was melted together. And it showed like the I think it was like waxy.com or something. I'll have to send the link to you so you can include it and share with your readers. But they went through and see, this is what I expect. Like, when people are doing perspective pieces, like, you really look at, like, do your research before you just use your platform to slander somebody. Because this particular article said, okay, this was the actual photo from the tour, and this is how it ended up looking when it was transitioned into a video. Like, they didn't go in and say, Will Smith, you the scum of the earth because you used AI. Like, come on.
And then let's not forget too, like, would Will Smith and his team really go through the hassle of putting together a tour overseas if they felt he didn't have the proper following to do so?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like
and somebody would have said something.
Somebody would have said something, like, you know what I'm saying? Because when you look at your analytics and all of these things, it tells you where your reach are, like the areas that your reach are in. And this is how a lot of people structure tours, is based off their analytics, right? Because if I got, you know what I'm saying, a large influence in this particular area, then let's make sure we go to that area, and so on and so forth, right? So just based off that, they wouldn't have went through the problem of putting together a tour. They felt like he had to fake that.
And they would have, look, smaller artists, look, we canceling due to ticket sales. We not doing it. Like, come on now, y'all. But we are so judgmental. We are so quick to say, you know what, this person did malice. And it's like, no, not really. We use software. Like, he could come on there and say, look, my team used software to, again, do A and B. But he's probably like, whatever, I'm going to drop a video showing y'all what AI generation really looks like. And his cats in the audience bobbing to his music. Like, if y'all want to talk about something, then talk about that. Run and tell them.
I've seen that. Now, I will say, though, like, his team should do, I don't know, they may need to have a meeting, like, because like a person of Will, like at his status of stardom, y'all got to really question, like, do y'all really need to do this? You know what I'm saying? Because now it's not, you don't have a lot of people in the world that's like a QB and that's like a Tiffany. You know what I'm saying? That's going, okay, that was crazy, but let me do further research and see what's behind that. You know what I'm saying? Most people just see it for what it is. Oh, he shouldn't have did this. And then, that start, he may lose trust in his audience because of, you know what I'm saying, he may have people that follow him that don't, you know what I'm saying, look behind the scenes of things. And they just go based off what they see. So I think, me personally, a person that's on the same level as Will, they don't really need to use AI for that reason. You know what I'm saying? Like he can naturally. We seen it on the clip you sent me when he was in London.
Yes.
He was able to bring out a large crowd organically. Like, man, this is Will Smith, man. Let's go out and see Will. You know what I'm saying? Even though he performed a song that was from the early or mid 19, you know what I'm saying, 1990s. You know, like that proved that he was able to pull out a crowd just naturally, just off his name, and he didn't need AI to do it.
Yeah, and I think it was more or less someone used it to cut time, right? Mm-hmm. That's what all these that's what all these AI tools are for, to save us time. But to your point, this is why, and we've been talking about it since we've started these conversations, and I say it time and time again, there needs to be human oversight. You just can't take AI's output at face value, because had someone really been looking at that, they would have said, okay, you know what, this looks distorted, this looks distorted, this looks distorted. And who knows, maybe they did say, hey, you know what, here's some key issues or key areas, and whoever's in charge could have said, you know what, nobody's gonna notice it. Well, they did. Right.
I noticed. I immediately noticed. I'm like, okay, that don't look right. I'm like, yeah, something is off about that clip. But like when you pause it and you really pay attention, you could tell, like, okay, this was AI generated. Now the question is why did they do that? You know, I'm a fan of Will Smith. Like, I didn't want to sit here and just make an assumption as soon as I seen that, because like Will is he's at least my top 3 when it comes to actors. You know what I'm saying? Like,
most definitely.
I'm still upset to this day that he did not get an Oscar for his role in Pursuit of Happiness.
Yes.
So it's like, man, like he played. Like, man, so after hearing that, I'm like, man, why would he do that? Like, this man played the hell out of Chris Gardner, man, and he felt like. But I think now, after seeing this, or at least if his team really paid attention, when y'all create content like that, if y'all are responsible for including these AI generated images, maybe they should run that by Will and make sure he okay with that. I feel like his team, or and this is just my assumption, like I feel like maybe his team is in charge of his video content. They create it and they put it out there for the people. You know what I'm saying? And Will is aware that they're doing that, but maybe he should have better say so on the amount of AI that's being used when creating this content.
I mean, I agree. I think that the guidance is going to come from him. But here's where you, as a leader, when you hire someone, if I hire you for your expertise, I don't want to micromanage you. I want to trust you.
That's true. That is true.
It could have been, this person's been on his team for a long time and they made an executive decision. Now, with the disruption of AI, leaders, you need to go back to your people and say, okay, look, this is how this should look with whatever you're using AI for. Right. This is my expectation. Right. I don't expect to see videos looking crazy like people are monsters. You know what I mean? I don't expect to have products that are one-sided because we're using AI to 3D draw or whatever the case may be. Like, you have to go back and revisit your processes and your guidelines or whatever your policies that you have in place if you're bringing on something of that magnitude. Because say this wasn't a Will Smith and this was a new artist, right? Now your credibility is, I'm not going to say shot, but people are going to be looking at you like you crazy, right?
Shot. Yeah, I'm going to say shot.
See, I'm trying to be optimistic. It's like it's going to be an uphill battle for you. But you like, nah, you shot. You dead in the water. It's too bad. Too sad, too bad.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely say shot. If somebody sent me, like if it was a newer artist, right, that wasn't on that level, and they sent me a promo video of crowds looking like that, and I'm not able to really catch AI, I probably don't know I'm probably not really that hip on AI. I don't know what it looks like. From as far as I can see, that look legit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna go support this artist. But if I show up to the venue and your show don't look nothing like what I seen,
Yeah.
Yeah, you shot and you shot. Like I ain't coming to nothing else. So yeah, that's
You're
yeah,
not gonna get
that's
my $20.
so yeah, I think he's able to definitely rebuttal from this. But what I will say is that I agree with you when I say when you said they shouldn't have came at him the way that they did. You know what I'm saying? Especially by me being a Will Smith fan, I'm a stand behind that one. Like, man, let's not do Will like that, man, because I don't even feel like he had complete say so.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Over or he probably he probably did.
He could have.
But like how you said, he probably just had trust into his team or whoever is in charge of his content.
Yeah.
And I believe that's what happened. He trusted that it's his team make valuable quality content.
Yeah.
They put it out there, and it's sad that it's people out here that don't really look at things behind the scene and just immediately begin to judge off what's right in front of them.
It's so crazy. I was listening to something today, and there was this gentleman from Africa named Vusi Tim and Yo. I always mess up his name, but his name is Vusi T. And he talked about, he travels to America a lot. He's from Africa. He's very, very wealthy. And he talked about, like people in America, America's the only difference between America and every other country and it's so great is because we believe that it's great, right? To be honest.
Yeah.
Because, there's so much emphasis on if you come to America, it's like the country of dreams. You can make your dreams come true if you're here. And the reason why I immediately thought of that is because we are so great, we pass judgment so quickly, right? We just think that, and now with the internet, everyone has an opinion. They used to say, I pay you a penny for your thoughts. And I heard an author say, well, I'll pay you a penny to listen now because everyone wants to talk and want their opinion heard. And I say all that to say, because we are in this space, we've become judge and jury before we have all the facts. And I get it. Our attention spans are shorter. But I'm going to plead with people to say, you're going to have to do your due diligence. There's an influx of information out here. And I don't know how many times a day I'm fact checking stuff before I even have an opinion on it. Right. And it's coming to a point of like information overload because there's so much you have to sift through. It's like, I don't even want to sift through it. I don't want to know about any of this stuff. It's overwhelming. And we're going to get to a point to where we're just like, okay, whatever you say, because how much time and energy can you devote to that? But I will urge people that have platforms, know what you're talking about, right? Look at all avenues, all perspectives, and come to the discussion with facts. Even if it's, hey, I saw this website, it said this website said this, I'm somewhere in the middle. Just be able to articulate and have this conversation and don't just take advantage because we in the seat of judgment, right? We can just say whatever we want and it becomes the gospel. And it's like, it's not like that.
And I think like, and my biggest problem too is platforms that's quick to judge for the views, the likes, and things. That's a pet peeve of mine. Somebody that hop in front of a microphone and immediately just start judging somebody else like they perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we can't judge someone in a time, because I mean, really, if you really took the time and dissected the situation, this is Will Smith. Do you really think he needed that? Or was they just taking advantage of the tools that's available to them to improve the content? And it just so happened that we was able to notice it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, like, that is my thoughts on that. And yeah, man.
And what can we learn from it? Like, use your platform to say, what can we learn from this? Like, if you're using AI tools or any tool, understand, again, here are the parameters. If if it looked crazy, like maybe we hold this one close to the chest. Maybe we have more check-ins because we're using something new, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we make sure that it's going to give that quality output that we're used to, right? Go from one of my managers told me, you need to seek to understand. Because in understanding lies everything. It lies the truth too. Now I'm not going to understand everything. I'm not going to seek to. I don't have the time to seek to understand every time. But I can say the majority of the time I do, especially things that I want to have an opinion on. Right? It's some stuff I don't want to have. I don't care about it. It doesn't impact me. You know what I mean? But if I want to have an opinion about it, I need to seek to understand it, because I'm a person that takes accountability. Like if I'm wrong, I'll come back and say, you know what? I looked at that wrong. My bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm one of them people. And for me to do that, that means I've taken myself out of the equation and I've looked at all three sides, because if something happens, there's three perspectives. There's yours, there's mine, and there's what actually occurred, depending upon where we were standing. Right?
Yeah.
So
my fault for cutting you off too. Have you seen Will Smith Tiny Desk? No, it ain't a Tiny Desk performance. What is it? A lunch break performance or something like that? It's like he was sitting at a table, like a lunch table. He had like some arcade machines and stuff in the background. It was something. He pretty much come on there. He have lunch, but he do a freestyle before he ate his lunch type of deal.
I've never seen that.
I forgot the name of the platform. I think it's Lunch Break Free, something like that. But if you look it up, then it should pop up. So the podcast I was just talking about, that hopped on there talking about the ordeal with the promo video. They eventually got off topic of that and went into talking about his tiny desk or his lunch
table,
lunch table, whatever. Went into talking about his freestyle. Now, honestly, Will isn't in his prime, and we all see that. You know, he's he not like what the Fresh Prince used to be like in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? With the summertime and all of that shit.
Yeah.
So when I listened to his freestyle, I was kind of like, I mean, it was all right, but I kind of like him better as an actor. You know what I'm saying? They went on there really, really talking about it, trying to get out on this freestyle. And what I'm saying is like, man, I don't care how bad his freestyle was or what y'all got to say about him and his team using artificial intelligence. Y'all talking like y'all bigger than Will Smith. I don't care how garbage he is, y'all still ain't bigger than Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's stuff like that. Like, man, let this man create content. Even if that shit was trash, man, let Will Smith do him, man.
But they can't, because it's clickbait, right? It is what it is. At the end of the day, Will don't care. His and his bank account speak for him. He don't have nothing to prove. He can sit there. If I want to say hippity dippity doc, whatever, around the clock. If I got $1 million in my bank account or a couple M's, I don't care what somebody on no podcast is going to say about me that's trying to get to where I am, right? So
exactly.
It's all about perspective. So like for real, listen, I don't have to be good. I'm not shooting in the gym anymore. This ain't the 80s. You can't compete where you don't compare. And a lot of people will use your name for clickbait. We don't know that. He don't care. And I would have looked at something like that and said, okay, y'all using this man and this story, and now you've hopped over here to get down on him. And it's going to Will ain't for everybody. You're not going to be listening to drill music and then go listen to Will Smith. Like, it's just not. He has his community, and they love him.
I will say this though, when I seen that shit on the motherfucking, was that the Grammy? Where was that? Where he between him and Chris Rock?
Oh, when he slapped him.
I was kind of scratching my head, like I'm like, okay, Will, all right, I fuck with you, but that was kind of out of line.
He got tired. Look, everybody looking at Will like, he ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do Pursuit of Happiness. You know, just all the happy movies. You can't see Will smacking nobody. Now, I don't know what puppet strings was being played behind the scenes. I don't know what got to him. Everybody had a breaking point. But again, you know what I mean? It's the pressure cooker. And most stuff came out about his life. You know, enough is enough. You ain't finna be. He told him. Stop talking about my wife. Like
I think is that Will, like you said, Will been already going through some stuff, like just with the public.
Yeah.
And I think Chris Rock just caught the bad end of the stick. He said he was the one that was like, I don't even think that slap was meant for Chris Rock. Right. That you just said something that he had enough, and he got up and up like, yeah, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, that hurt me to watch that.
Imagine if this is all the time, people coming for you. Right? Yeah. Like I know even me, like I have a happy disposition, but don't keep picking at me, right? Yeah, I always tell people happiness is a choice. I choose to show up this way. There is another side. Like I've been to the military, like it's not like, oh, okay, we tiptoeing through the tulips. Like I know what it takes for real. But I'm not around here acting crazy. Like happiness is a choice. I wake up every morning and I choose to be in this disposition, but people often take that as a weakness. Like you don't respond. You don't respond. So now you end up like Will Smith smacking somebody on national TV.
Yeah, and I don't even think, like I said, I don't even think he meant to. I'm sure he thought about that shit afterwards, but that was an example of your emotions getting the best.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I can't blame. Like if I was in Will Smith's spot and I constantly have to take backlash from just thousands, you know, millions of people all the time. And man, I probably would black out too. Like I probably wouldn't know how to deal with my emotions sometime too. You know what I'm saying? And Chris Rock just caught the bad end of the stick that day. Like I said, I don't even think it was meant for him. It was hard to watch, but like I wanted to hop on here and discuss this situation because man, I'm tired of people getting down on Will, man. Like man, let that man be great, man.
And they
like,
won't.
You know what I'm saying? Just by me being a Will Smith fan, man, let that man be great.
But you know what? Again, you know, like I've been saying, like, what's the lesson here, right? What can we all take away and learn, right? Mm-hmm. Will Smith is a legend, whether you want to agree with that or not. He's an actor. He's an artist. Like, to like him, to hate him, whatever the case may be, but he's made money off of his craft.
And when let's emphasize, he's an amazing actor. He's not just somebody that just act. He like like he's like a Denzel, like where Denzel is at. Will Smith is there. Like he's an amazing actor.
He is. So look at his catalog. You can Google what he worth, whatever the case may be. But there's a lesson in all of this. And again, AI has been here, but now it's getting more industry specific. And what do you need to do to make sure that your personal brand or professional brand isn't impacted in this way? Understand these tools and use them as such. Don't just trust them to give you X, right? It's okay. It's going to produce something, but what are your quality control checks, right?
Right.
Netflix is coming out with is it Netflix? That's coming out with a whole separate like section of movies that are AI generated. So I could make a movie and put it on Netflix. Really? You know what I mean? Like, okay, what are some of those movies gonna look like? Because I know I played around with some of them. Make me a cat that walk around and do this, and the cat face all smeared up and like depending on the platform. So you have to, getting back to my original thought, you have to have quality control checks in place, right? Mm-hmm. Just like you would do a piece of machinery at a manufacturing plant. What are we looking for? What do we do? How does this bake into our process to make sure that we don't end up in this position too with a customer and potentially lose a customer, right? So it's a lesson to be learned. Like, let's get off of who it is and take a look at what happened. They used the tool, didn't vet it, or they did vet it. It gave them a garbage result. Well, not so much. One's total garbage, but it was enough to start. Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. And now had you had a person do it, would that have been the same result? Depending on the day. Some people on their game, some people not.
Right.
It's no different than that. Everybody's not an A player. You got some D players on the team that would do something like that too.
That was that actually was amazing breakdown, Tiff. Like we gonna end it. That was I don't even know how to follow up behind that. That was that was everything y'all needed to know on how y'all should go.
Wait, mic drop. I gotta need a mic. I got bars.
Man, it's time to exit after that, man. We gone. Man, I'm gonna ask anyway. Is it anything else you wanna drop after that?
Nah, that's it.
All right, man. I can't drop my man. Look, we gotta pretend Mike, man. We gonna go ahead and exit after that. So that's that was an amazing episode, y'all. So I let that definitely be a lesson learned. Make sure you do your research, your fact check. You know what I'm saying? And understand that, these are tools that's there to utilize. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get mad at somebody for using. You know what I mean? So, make sure you subscribe to the content. Be notified when future content drops. We gonna try our best to continue to be consistent. To drop informative episodes just like this one. The previous ones we done did. So, without that being said, y'all, life is good. Life is wonderful. Be blessed to be alive. Self-sufficiency is how you survive. To the kings and queens, to the gods and goddess, forever and always. Think successfully, sexually.